Hello, Austin. Hello, Austin. We are on live broadcast right now. Okay, we are here today to discuss about alleged Nigerian military to crack down on protesters. Children, seems that children are joining this movement, right, Austin? According to some videos that we saw on social media, children are also supporting this NSAS movement. So there is a kind of a report that a youth must carry Nigerian flag whenever they are protesting. Austin, overall, what is going on in the world right now? This NSAS protest gradually is becoming a kind of a nationwide protest. Nigerians in the diaspora as well are responding to the NSAS protest, and they are organizing the protests in different countries across the world. So this is big. This is big.
When I was growing up, good evening, thanks for having me in the program. First of all, I want to start by when I was growing up as a little boy, I hear my grandmother always say, she always speak a parable in Bini. He say, ah, we gineke or if you and my father, Bishop, even used the word during our service this morning, Bishop David Oyedepo. He said, you never know a goat has a teeth to bite until you push the goat beyond the limit.
Mm,
What you are seeing right now is total frustration, where the youths are now turning back on the politicians. This is just a little. You see, day by day, as the day begin to go by, you see things are increasing every day. In our state, about 4 days ago, it was just only in Ekosodi and Unibenazis. But as we speak now, it's in Sapler Road, it's in Ring Road. I just heard from my friend saying now at Upper Mission, at what's his name, Upper Mission Extension, they just decided to take over. This night, they are over everywhere, covering everywhere. And I hear they said tomorrow is going to be a total lockdown in Benin. The truth is this, and we as a people, we are tired. If you're a Nigerian, you are not tired about what has been going on in Nigeria. It shows you don't have a heart. There's nobody that has a heart. There's nobody that has feelings, that is not fed up with what has been going on in our country, except only the person is just wicked and heartless like them. You understand? We
yeah.
are blessed with everything. Nigeria is the most blessed nation in the world, but in both human and natural resources. Everything we are blessed. But for just 1% of the evil people among us to just decide to hold the whole nation hostage and be doing things the way they like, it's total madness. Total madness. And for those complaining that they can't move around, they can't move around, they can't move around, I quickly want to use this medium to tell them this is not the time to complain, except only if you don't have the interest of we as Nigerians at heart. You staying at home or going about trying to do things for just some few days or for a month or two, as the case may be, it shouldn't be what you should complain about. What we are fighting for, what the youth are fighting for, is for a better Nigeria for everybody. Is it not a shame? As we speak now, a bag of rice is 40 something thousand. When they just pass minimum wage to 30,000, and yet so many civil servants cannot afford with the minimum wage that they upgrade to 30,000, that so many states are struggling to pay. It cannot still afford a bag of rice. And out of this money is what they are going to use. They are going to get transport fare from, pay rentage from, take care of because we don't have a health system in Nigeria. This is what they are going to use to take care of their health. And yet, it cannot give them a bag of rice, which is already 40 something thousand. And yet you are talking that people are blocking the roads. You don't want to go anywhere. Can't you stay in your house? If it takes you to walk home for 2 hours, walk. We are all in the struggle. Which
Exactly.
one is more than this? What we are so suffering now, where we are not living like human beings, where the Nigerian government, the politicians are so they are so dehumanized the people that our people do no longer think well. This thing is something else. When they talk about a lot of things about the police, I work with the police when we were doing crime watch in EBS that time for some years. Whatever we are seeing the police they have been doing for over how many years. This is the way the politicians are totally the way the police has totally dehumanized the entire police force or the entire security agent in Nigeria. Have you seen the so-called police barracks in Nigeria? With somebody that lives in those barracks, will the person still be able to think like a normal human being? The reason why you and I are thinking with our head intact and thinking very well, because of the place we live in the Western world, where we can go about our daily activities, we can think properly where things are okay, this and this, and the economy, everything is going well. Nobody does anything to try to put everything somehow. But what we are seeing over there, the barracks, nothing is going well. The dirty environment, everything, all that. If you even go to the state here, you see the way some of these police officers are treated, you cry. And when you over maltreat somebody for a very long time, that person will start behaving. You treat a human being like a goat for a very long time. What do you expect? That person will start behaving like a goat. You've been treating them like it's natural. Just like you as a woman, if somebody shows you love, treats you perfectly well, you begin to act like a woman, like everything you are like a human being to the person. But when the person mistreats you and begin to treat you anyhow, with time you begin to feel the person the same the person have given to you. Whatever you are seeing now in the youth is what the government has fed off with for over how many decades. So we are trying to pass back whatever thing they fed us with back to them. And whether they like it or not, this is just the beginning. They are only seeing once they've only seen less than 1% of what we can do. They've not even seen the 99 point something percent that is left. If they want anything, the Nigerian youth are ready to give it to them. Because the truth, if you see people can easily stay in the street and pray. If the Muslims are praying, the Christians are giving them security. The Christians are praying, the Muslims are behind them. This is the first of its kind in the history of Nigeria. They try to divide us through religion, to try through everything. But yes, we are telling them we can't be divided. Since our fathers and our forefathers kept quiet and not anything, this is the generation Nigeria has been waiting for. We are ready to take over. They said the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. And now is the tomorrow that they've told us. And now is the time we want to take over everything. Easily, some I don't know. I don't even know. Any government or any system that has no value for human life is irresponsible. For the people who are complaining, is it not better to die through struggling for a better Nigeria, to the struggle for a better Nigeria, than to die when you are trying to be comfortable and you're not doing anything? It is better to die fighting than to die when you are not doing anything. All die na die. Whether you fight now or you don't fight, you will still die when it's time for you to go. That's one thing people should know. There are people who sat down in their house where the strange bullets from the SACs or the army or one of the security operatives went to hit them when they were just sitting in their houses, sitting in their areas and all that. They died. These are people today, they are no more. But people struggling now, whatever happens and all that, these people will die as heroes. Because whether they like it or not, there are people who put themselves on the line for Nigerians. No nation, no nation, we ever you don't negotiate freedom, you don't negotiate justice. You fight for true justice and you fight for freedom. No oppressor will ever give you freedom cheaply, whether you like it or not. Even
Yes.
Jesus Christ, who came to redeem the world, he shed his blood for him to be able to redeem the world. When God himself was the creator of the world, for him to redeem back the world, he said it's only because his son to die for us, even when he's the creator of the whole world. Go and look at different nations of the world today that things are going very well for them. At a point in time, people came out, stood up, and fight for the freedom, for the total liberty of the nation. You don't negotiate. So what the Nigerian government are talking about now, they come and negotiate. They are joking. Maybe they are thinking this is NLC or the TUC, where they call them and say let's negotiate. The next thing they put money in the table and they buy them over. No, this is not people. We are not the people who are ready to negotiate. We are people who want what we want, and what we want is a better Nigeria. And these old people, these old heartless and evil people who have called themselves political leaders, and these old horrible members who call themselves honorable members of different, whether state or house or federal house of assembly. These are not honorable members. These are horrible members of different house of assembly. We are saying no to their bogus salary. We are saying no to their non-representation of the people who voted them into those offices. We want a total, we don't want change. We want a better Nigeria because the change APC has totally spoiled the name, that word change. What we want is a better Nigeria. We want a Nigeria that will work for all. A Nigeria where we will reform, where people can, where the son of a nobody or the daughter of a nobody can get a job
Hmm.
without the connection, without knowing anybody.
Body,
A
yes.
Nigeria where somebody can become a governor without paying one godfather or the other before he becomes whoever he wants to become. A
Exactly.
Nigeria where they will not tell you where you need a 10 years experience when you are just less than 30 and you graduated to get a job. A Nigeria where we will not do what like the Osun State governor did when he did where a brother who won the Big Brother Nigeria. He gave a Big Brother Nigeria with all the so many immoralities surrounding the program. You gave the person 3 million naira and a house, and yet a master degree holder, somebody who just graduated for the university, cannot get a job in that same state.
Hmm.
And people are graduating with first class every year from that same state. The governor has not rewarded any. Somebody who went to Big Brother Nigeria after playing all sorts of foolishness that has no meaning, that has no economic value, that cannot even stand as a role model to young ones and all that. Then the governor gave 3 million and a house. This is not the Nigeria we want. A Nigeria where a president come and close the border in the south, in the east, and in the west, but open the borders in the north to Fulani herdsmen to be trooping into Nigeria. A Nigeria where you speak up to defend yourself, what is in our constitution, where you can defend yourself when you've been attacked, like the Fulani herdsmen attacking anybody. You see the government spokesman coming to tell you, Defemi Adesina, telling us to surrender our land. It's better for us to surrender our land than for us to be killed.
Hmm.
Surrender our ancestral land than for us to be killed. That's not the Nigerian we want. A Nigerian where in Zamfara, they can sell their gold directly. Where me, that is from the oil producing state in Nigeria and those states, the government will have to take over our oil. That's what the Nigeria we want. We want a Nigeria that is fair to all. Because every trace of injustice anywhere in the country is a trace to injustice. It's a threat to injustice everywhere. So for us to be able to get through justice, you cannot get peace without true justice. That's what that's what more Nigerians do not know. For us to get through justice, for us to get peace, for us to get equity, for us to get betterment of the country, it starts with true justice. It starts with true justice, number one. And it start with when people offend and break the law, you deal with them squarely. It start with
Austin,
treating people fairly and treating people equally.
Austin, but what do you think? This protest going on right now, what do you think would be the outcome? The outcome.
The outcome of it is that at the end of the day, if we as a people, the youths, do not relent and we continue with whatever we are fighting for, and we don't start with the way the government is trying to sponsor some kind of tout into the protest now to begin to create confusion, to begin go to the protest and create kind of nonsense and all that,
But
because that's what they do.
they said according to this news, as alleged though, that Nigerian military are planning to crack down on protesters. That's
Let me explain to you.
okay.
Let me explain to you what they are trying to do. I'm a youth. I did politics, and I was also a journalist for over many years.
Mm.
Not just only in the sport. I often went to talk for even the crime area where we did Crime Watch. If you know the famous program Crime Watch, I was a person that worked with First Africa for over many years before I left Nigeria. And I was a card carrying member of the APC before I left Nigeria. Let me explain to you what they do, what
Is
these
it
politicians do.
is it someone talking in the background? The news is very loud. Do you have anyone there?
Okay, sorry, it was somebody knows your conference. The truth is that for what Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you. Yeah.
The truth is this. I was saying earlier, the truth is this. What they try to do, what the politicians do in this kind of scenario, they call some of the political touts, some of the youths, the cultists among them, the kind of nuisance. Permit me to use the word, the kind of political nuisance among them. Those are the people they give money, they mobilize them to go and create confusion in the protest ground, where some of them begin to go there and begin to steal, rob people, and do a lot of things, so that the police and the army will not have the ground to say, yeah, the protesters were creating confusion, stealing and brooding, disrupting peaceful people going about their daily activities peacefully. On that ground, they will not be able to begin to think of how to attack them and all that. That's what they do. Whatever you see any youth creating confusion anywhere, I'm telling you of what I know. These people has been sponsored by the politicians so that they can be able to clamp down on the protesters who are fighting for true justice, who are fighting for their civic, who are going about their civic rights. Because they know that without all this, they can't do anything. You understand? So this thing is just a way our politicians always do all this. It's a normal thing. They mobilize people and give them this money. It's what I know, not what they told me. So I know a lot of them. I know a lot of them they do. That's why if you go around and see some of these people, that's why the police cannot arrest most of these people who come there to create all this confusion. Because the people backing them are the politicians. But what the police officers fail to know is that what the protesters are fighting for is not just only for themselves, for a better Nigeria that will benefit them and their children and their children. Not just only them. Whoever is protesting today, fighting for freedom of Nigeria, fighting for equality, fighting for true justice, is not only fighting for you and I. It's not only fighting for themselves, it's fighting for you and I, fighting for everybody. The better Nigeria we are all clamoring for is a Nigeria that will benefit you, benefit our parents, benefit our children, our grandchildren, great grandchildren, and even our generation that will come after.
I was
You
also,
understand?
yes, Austin, in our previous show, I also discussed about this idea that the Northerners are not participating in this movement. Okay, when you look at the problems in Nigeria right now, they are being affected more than the Southerners. But when it comes to protests like this, you don't see them participating. I was wondering what is going on here. I'm planning to invite one of their leaders from the north to this show to ask him questions about why the northerners are not participating. Hmm. What do you think is depriving them from joining the movement?
The the truth is this: the people forced us together to live as an entity.
Mm,
It did not really mean well for Nigeria. And when we not start practicing the kind of nonsense way we are practicing running our own government, where somebody will control everything from the center, it became even worse. That's what changed Nigeria and forced us into what we are today.
mm,
Our biggest challenge as a nation since 1960 has always been the North. Our biggest challenge as a people. When you talk about the poverty, it's in the North. When you talk about the people who fight for power, the North. When you talk about people who have ruled the country more, who want to occupy so many positions, they are the Northerners. But yet the development is in the North cannot be compared to anywhere even in the world or in Africa. Let me say in the world. Only the development in the North with the different place they've acquired with all the oil where a lot of their so many top politicians are having, yet the development did not come be compared to anywhere. When you are talking about underage marriage is the North. When you are talking about where they abuse the right of the people is the North. When you are talking about where they kill Christians freely, where people cannot come out to it is the North. These are Northerners who say you cannot do this, you cannot that. They talk about Sharia law
Not
in a
only
secular
not
state.
only Christians they are killing in the north. Not
No, it's more rampant about the killing Christians, where if you say anything, they say you've accused their Allah. The next thing they start doing is beginning to think of how to accuse the person, to kill the person, and put the person to death. The truth, if a nation must live together peacefully, every region or every region of the country
mm,
must begin to make laws for themselves. No, go look around in the nations where you and I live.
mm,
The laws that are applicable in the south might not be applicable or even workable in the north. These are different people with different belief, different ethnic group, and different Different things
So, do you mean
and
that
different
the
religion.
federalism, we should be practicing this
There's
federalism?
nothing, there's nothing like one Nigeria. The
Mm,
biggest war, the biggest scam done on Nigeria is for us to believe that there is one Nigeria. Let me tell you this. Do you know to today in every state in Nigeria, there's a place seated to the north, the Hausa people, to do about their daily activity, their market stuff in the south, in the east, and in the west. You know, in Benin, for instance, you hear where they say Hausa quarter.
mm.
These things were not what the Hausas paid for. It was ceded to them by federal government in the south for their business freely. Where even when they are doing some things, they can go there and do whatever they want to do. But you and I, from the south, cannot go to the north to go about our daily business. We need to hide under one big man from the north before we can go about our daily activity when we want to talk of business. An Igbo man needs to get his own property, get a land and get everything before he can do business in the north. So what you are telling me is that there's no equality, and nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. You understand?
Mm.
Nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. We are all one Nigerian. So if they are talking about one Nigeria, let us begin to do things properly. What we have now, there has never been one Nigeria since 1960.
We are
And as
so
we speak today,
divided.
there
They
is no
said
one Nigeria.
yes, we are divided.
That's why the federal government can fold their hand. Why in Zamfara today, as we speak, the Zamfara state government is thinking of how to sell goods that they discovered over many years ago, that they've been selling secretly. The government was selling the CBN getting this gold from them directly. Where you and I from the south that has been feeding the country for over many years, when we call Nigeria an oil producing state. This oil producing state they are talking, the oil nation. The oil producing state in Nigeria are just few. Almost all the states are from the south. And we have been feeding the country for over many decades. And yet we are saying we are one. But Zamfara discovered gold now. But Zamfara can directly say they are good without we talking about true federalism, without we coming together, say we are one nation where they need to say this and do that. That's to tell you how the high level of marginalization in Nigeria. Where if you look at about today in Nigeria today, in this APC government, all the juicy positions are being occupied by one ethnic group, the Fulani Muslim. All the security agents has been headed by them. And also all the different juicy positions are being headed by them. If this is a show that they want to head this, let us go back in our way. If the marriage in Nigeria is not working, what do you do when you are married to somebody and the marriage is not working? You divorce. Then everybody go their separate way and begin to think of what works for them. Since Nigeria is no longer working, if they don't want to restructure for us to still be one Nigeria, for
Mm,
everybody to control their resources and go back to their region,
mm.
go and look at it. The only time Nigeria worked was when we were in our region. When you have the Midwest, we in the Midwest were going about our daily. When no nation worked, when you leave it under the hand of one government. Even the US, even in Canada, even in Italy, even in Germany, even in the UK, they have
Okay.
different regions. And in regions, you have people that take care of the regions where they run things in their region.
Okay,
You understand?
I understand that. I understand that some people are saying that we need this federalism in Nigeria so that states will have power to manage their resources, implement laws, and everything. Okay, let's go back to this protest. What is going on now? That Nigeria Nigerian youth should always carry flag with them whenever they are protesting. So we are giving this awareness to our youth wherever you are in the world today. If you are planning to join the protest, please try to carry Nigerian flag with you, especially those back home in Nigeria, because there's this news that Nigerian military are planning to crack down on protesters. We are not sure yet, but we are, according to what is going on, the federal government might try to reduce the protest, the tension and everything, because they cannot be quiet like that. Maybe they will do something to reduce the tension. So we are encouraging all our youth, especially those back home, to please buy your flag and carry your flag with you whenever you are protesting. Make sure that your flag is very visible, because this movement, according to what is going on right now, I don't think the youth are planning to stop the protests. They are not planning to stop the protest now at all because they are demanding for other things in Nigeria. At first, they started with NSAS. So they came out with these three recommendations that the government should accept. But now they are trying to include other issues affecting people in the country. So they are adding like the electricity, lack of security, bad roads, many other things going on in the country. So it shows that they are not ready to back down right now at all, because it's like an opportunity for them. Ad boss. These people, they have been living in this anger for years. So it's a kind of a ad boss that's now, no, enough is enough. We can't be quiet anymore. So we are encouraging them for security purpose to please carry their flag whenever they are protesting. So, Austin, you said some children also joined the protest, because one video I saw from Edo State, Benin City today, we saw some children, young boys joining the protest. So this thing is going viral all over the whole world. This is not about only Nigeria, because Nigerians in diaspora, even those who are not Nigerians in the diaspora, they are also joining Nigerians to protest against this NSAS across the world. So children in Nigeria, we spotted some children joining the protest. Like what you just said earlier, can you please read that comment for us again? The little boy who offered
Okay,
the
there was a little boy who
mm,
sells snacks, who was selling snacks in Lagos, where they called him and they said they wanted to buy from him. He gave all his snacks out. And when they were trying to give him money, he said no. And he said something in Yoruba language. Something is that, please, you people should fight for us so that we can go to school. And everybody became so, when I saw it, I became so emotional. A little boy, that boy should not be more than 10 or 12,
okay.
which naturally should not be in the street even selling.
Okay.
You
So
understand?
yeah.
For him to know that, yes, he gave out what he's selling, his snacks, and say, please. And when they say take money, he said no. That yes, you people should collect it so that you people can continue fighting for, so that I can go to
Go to
school.
school.
That's
Okay.
to tell you that a lot of these young ones are totally interested in making something meaningful out of their life, going to school and getting something. But the truth is our government are so heartless. Not just that, they are so evil that they don't think of letting people live like humans. And that's why they can think of sending their children to different parts of the world to school. What we are trying to do now, especially we in the diaspora, we are going to move to a level where we will not longer be in a only any house. Whoever their children is, the children of the politicians will begin to do something, taking their pictures and the picture of their parents, pasting in different places and call them criminals. And begin to think of how to expose them to the world. We need to start stigmatizing them, because they've done us so much evil. Their parents has done so many evil to us, where a lot of people left to where they can no longer live like human beings. So let us face their children who they send to Europe, to different parts of the world. That's what we need to start doing now. The schools they attend will take the picture of their parents, take their own picture, paste it in the gate, write a lot of things about them, begin to boo them in the streets. Well, until you get to that level, these things wouldn't change. Because what do they do? Do you know why our politicians do not care? Why they will never fix anything? I've been saying it before. They will never fix anything in Nigeria. They bastardize our educational system so that our youth will not be informed. That's why you see a lot of our youth, they are behaving without knowing anything. They bastardize our health sectors to keep the people and all that. They are not fixing our road because they don't ply our roads to create accident. A lot of accident and a lot of things we pray for witches and wizards causing that. No, witches and wizards do cause accident. That's a way. A lot of these accidents are caused by the bad roads. And these are not caused by witches and wizards. The real witches and wizards are politicians.
The
Who don't do
politicians.
our road, are collecting money.
Exactly. They are the big witchcraft in Nigeria. So